hello. I have got a lot to get through, so I'm going to crack on as fast as I can. Is this what you think your future employees are going to look like? I doubt it's going to be like that in my lifetime, and I doubt it's going to be like that in my child's lifetime. So what can we do right now? I'm going to touch upon a number of points that we're talking about, the insights. We need to get insights. We need to understand what's actually going on within our businesses, on our pipelines, what energy we're using. So we can also do things like smart workbenches, so we can really help the staff that we actually already have so they can work faster, better, and increase the quality of the products that we're generating. We can also have predictive analytics. This was mentioned about failure, so we can predict when something's going to fail. We can predict what raw materials we need. We can predict when we should buy them, why should we buy them. So these are the sort of things we can do right now. What we also need to do is understand the repetitive tasks that people are conducting. So this might be on the shop floor, this might be in the office. There are lots and lots of repetitive tasks. And when we do that, we can start to understand how we can automate these tasks. And by automating these tasks, it frees us up to spend more time with our customers, which is really, really important. The more we understand about our customers, the more we can provide a better service to them. We understand their needs, and the better we understand their needs, the better the products we can service them. We can also spend a lot more time innovating. Now, I'm not talking about massive innovation, like a brand new material, a huge new product. I'm talking about the marginal gains. Lots and lots of marginal gains help you get a bit further than your competition, faster. So we all know that we have to innovate, otherwise we're not going to survive. You see it all around us. I don't really have to point out, say, Mr. Blockbuster, here's Netflix, goodbye. It doesn't matter how big you are, it's going to come and get you. So we know we need to innovate. So how do we do this? This has been touched upon, and you mentioned it quite clearly in the last talk, about starting with people. We're big believers that there's no point in putting technology first, ramming that bit of technology in there, and actually, you think it's going to help, it turns into a hindrance. It's about the social thing. So we need to understand why people are doing what they're doing, why are they repeating those tasks, and then they can better engage with the products, and we can actually get some real progress. So the stuff we were talking about with the insights, it actually makes us superhuman. Now, I'm sure there are lots of people in businesses where there's that person who's had 20 years of knowledge and goes, I know what's going to go on here, I can make that decision. And what we're doing here is providing those analytics and those predictive data at the right time, in real time, in a timely manner, so they can look superhuman. How did you make that decision? Well, actually, I was basing it on real analytics and real insight. One thing to make sure that technology actually works for you is don't do a big bang. Don't just go, yesterday there was nothing, and today we're just going to take this product off the shelf and ram it in. It usually goes wrong, and I don't think anyone in a factory wants a big explosion like that. It's hugely costly and very, very, very risky. So we've been working with a number of manufacturing businesses, and this one, for example, they had a number of challenges. They had nothing in terms of monitoring and managing their processes. So they were great at selling, and they had self-service and automation, and they were great at sending a bill. But what happened in the middle of actually managing their processes was shocking. They had no insight of when something was going to get delivered. They had no insight or understanding of how their processes should work. So everything was a little bit chaotic. So we worked with them to build a minimal viable product, in techie speak, MVP. And we've started to run this alongside their current processes so we can learn and feedback. And it's been really successful. We've also been working with retail businesses. Now, it sounds like this is nothing to do with manufacturing, but there's still some very common things. So they have processes in terms of how they manage their orders. They scan, they pack, they process. And the business that we're talking about here had a challenge that, one, everything was paper-based. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen that, and it's all manual. But also, one of the real killers in their business was there were a number of people who had 20 years of knowledge. So these were the people with the bottlenecks in their business, stopping them from growing. So they wouldn't be able to order and provision stock at the right time, so they could only handle 2,500 product lines in one go. With the automation that we put in place and the tracking, we now have given them something called intelligence amplified. So calm down, it's not AI, it's just intelligence amplified. It's not a new term, and what this gives them is that superhuman strength, so they can actually predict and buy the products and increase their stock lines now to 10,500 products. So in all these cases, we've the businesses we work with, we've introduced process. We refine their process, the value stream mapping exercises. So we've taken out the waste. We've also had organisational optimisation. So people are actually taken away from those laborious manual processes and letting them go and do stuff that they're more valuable doing, something interesting in your business. We get a much better insight and understanding of customers. So once we know the customers better, we can retain them and actually sell more to them, which is pretty important. And also, it's a common theme, trends and insights. The more we can give people, the more information, the more they can actually make a decision. So, just 2 things for you. Make sure you do something. Don't just sit there like this wave's coming. Do something. Start small, measure and learn. We've heard about the lean movement. So, yeah, I'm sure us software techie guys have borrowed quite a lot of your learnings from the lean manufacturing. So start small, measure, learn and refine. So thank you very much. If you'd like to hear any more, I'm more than happy to have a chat with anyone later on. Thank you.